Hey everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. You know what today is? Today is day 12. I almost said 11. I almost got lost count there. Day 12 of the 31 Days of Horror. That's right, 31 movies, 31 days. Talk a little, review a little, have a good time about it. And I'm not the only one doing it, so check some other people out before we get started. There's Double Shot J, there's Mood 616, Let's Talk About Movies, which is the channel. Who else is there? Random Horror, Retro Horror. I Am the Ice Lord, Nightmare Maven. Who else? Oh, of course, my buddy, my pal, the one and only MSJ. Yeah, that's right. Brother Max. Go over to Brother Max and say, hey, Brother Max, Wolfie sent me. That's right. Before we do that, we'd like to have you like, subscribe, share, and comment. I always want to know what you have to say. Hit that bell, ding that bell, and ring that bell. That way you know whenever I put something new up. What's the movie for today? Well, I'm kind of on a track right now, to say the least. Today's movie is Critters 3. That's right. Yesterday was Critters 2. The day before that it was Critters. Today, it's Critters 3. And it's kind of funny, with every sequel that comes out, you lose more and more of the original cast. So, first movie, the original cast, of course. Second movie, the only people that come back are Lynn Shay, Scott Grimes, Don Opper as Charlie, and I can never remember the guy's name. The one that played Johnny Steele, aka Ugg, in the first two movies. He's back. Now we're into the third movie, and the only person that's back is Don Opper. And Don Opper is in it for 5, maybe 10 minutes. The guy that plays Ugg is back, but he's a hologram, and he's only in it for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds at the end. So, we're down to just Don Opper, really. Lynn Shay's not back. Scott Grimes has moved on. You know, so they moved from Grover's Bend, they moved from Grover's Bend, the little small town that got nailed twice by these little rolling porcupines from outer space, to the city just outside. This father and his two kids were on vacation. They stopped off at this little park because they had a blowout, and that's where the daughter of the father meets Leonardo DiCaprio and Charlie, Don Opper. You don't think anything of it. Honestly, for me, I've never been impressed by Leonardo DiCaprio's acting. To me, it always looks like, when you watch like really good actors, it looks selfless. It looks like did they even prepare? I mean, they just kind of like walked up there and did their job, and boom, it's great. Leo always looks like, to me, like he's struggling to make a connection to anything, and I've only seen him do well in 2 movies, and that's What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And, what was the other one? Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And that's because he's playing an actor. It's not really a stretch. But everything else always feels like he's trying way too hard just to make a connection to anything. So, Leonardo's in this. This is his first film he ever made. Before this, he was on Growing Pains. And that didn't even last. But that had nothing to do with him. That had to do with, like, they were in the last season and they were doing the Cousin Oliver thing, where let's bring in some fresh blood. Maybe it'll revitalize the series. It didn't, and the show was gone. So I mean, the writing was on the wall already with that show. There was nothing that they could do to interject, a new life. But here in Critters 3, we meet Leo. The father fixes the flat. They go back to their apartment, which we find out is owned by a slumlord. And the slumlord is basically like, he doesn't care how he gets his people out of his apartment because he wants to build a mini mall. And so he hires one of the tenants to be the local, not local, but to be the mechanic. The guy that fixes the elevator but doesn't fix it because he wants people to quit living there because they don't want to travel 3 flights of stairs. He puts rats in the air ducts to freak people out. He's a piece of crap, And unfortunately, the little Krites, they've attached some eggs to the bottom of the truck when it was pulled over for a flat, and they wound up in this little city. And then chaos ensues. There's a lot going on in this movie. It's a fun movie. Thank God Leo's not in it that much. He's in it at the beginning and a little bit towards the end. But it's really mainly this family of residents. You have this old couple that live in this building who are pretty cool. The old man is kind of like I don't want to say a conspiracy theorist, but he does believe that aliens exist and they've been here, and so there's that. So we have him, and then there's the family. At the beginning, we meet this guy that's moving out, Mario, because he's done with the whole building thing, and the other person that lives there is there's 2 other people. This big lady who lives there, Rosalie, and another lady that lives there she's a line worker for the telephone company. And so you got this mishmash of people that are just kind of like enduring the craziness of the Krites. And the Kyoto brothers are back working on this movie again, which is awesome. They really made a living out of doing these Critters movies, I'll say that, which is, again, to me, I think it's great. I love all the stuff that the Kyotos do. You got Charles, Stephen, and Edward Kyoto, and like I said before, they all do separate things when they're not working together. So, what would I give this movie? This is definitely a 2 3/4 chainsaws out of 4, because it's still fun. That's the thing. I mean, it's not gory. There is blood, but it's not scary, as I guess is what I'm trying to say. But it's fun. This is the one. Okay, Brother Max has a rating system, and I don't have it memorized, but one of his rating systems, one of his things is better to watch with a group. And I think this movie falls into that. I think a group of people would really dig watching this together. I love his rating system because it's like it's run of the mill, but doesn't add anything to the horror genre. What else? So like I said, he's got this really cool rating system. And one of them is better to watch with a group. And I think this would fall into that one. You could watch it alone, but I think a group of people would really dig watching this together. And, So I give it 2 3/4 chainsaws out of 4. As always, I am the 13th Wolfman, and I am on the prowl.